German exterminator said he's gonna pray for us. That's okay, right? That's not a bad sign.
No.
What you doing, Gene?
I'm making an instrument out of spoons and a napkin holder and dreams and magic.
Obviously, Tina.
How's the burger, Bob?
It's okay. I put an egg on it.
Why is Dad making a burger at 8 a.m.?
Is he on British time?
He's making it to bring to Mr. Dowling at the bank. We have a meeting this morning, and we're gonna ask for an extension on our loan payment.
Oh, fun.
And we really, really need to get that extension. All the restaurant equipment is wrapped up in that loan.
So you're giving him a burger?
Well, I mean, we can't give him money, Tina.
Because we don't have any.
Pretty much.
How about you play him some of this?
What, to scare him?
No, to enchant him.
Bob, you know I love this bring him a burger idea. But isn't it a little early to be making it? I mean, our appointment isn't for a while.
This is a practice burger.
Why are you whispering?
I don't want it to hear him feel bad.
Okay.
Wait, I'm a what?
Nothing. What? You're great. Shh.
That feels nice.
I know.
Hey everyone, it is Heather Hurt with the NRW where nerds rule the world. And I am very excited to talk to you about Bob's Burgers, the movie. Of course, that was a small opening clip from the film that leads straight into a naturally wonderful Bob's Burgers musical number. Of course, that's what Bob's Burgers is. And the movie arrives in theaters this Friday, May 27th. Of course, who actually waits till Friday. So there are showings this Thursday, on May 26th. But the film does officially release exclusively in theaters this Friday. And so I'm excited to tell you our review. To begin, so I think I'm going to do this in kind of a storytelling way. I kind of had this weird situation with this film. Usually when critics see films and go to press events, you see the movie or you see the television show, and then you can go into a press conference or a press junket with the knowledge of the series. So you can ask good questions other than like, what got you into acting? What interesting thing brought you to this show? Blah, blah, blah. So it gives us kind of this open dialogue with the creatives. But I had this weird situation where my screening was actually the day after my press conference. But it gave me a very interesting way to review this film. So at the press conference, one question was asked of the producers, and Loren Bouchard, who was one of the producers, answered it very formally. The question was, is this Bob's Burgers movie made for just the fans, or is it for everyone? Can anyone walk into this film without any knowledge of the series and watch it? And his answer very, very simply was yes. Though they wanted to stay true to fans. I am a fan. It is one of my two background shows. I have watched the series probably 30 plus times. I literally know. Green screen, guys. I literally know almost every single one of Linda's lines. I don't even need to be watching the episode, and I will just mouth her lines or sing her songs. But it's not, even though they wanted people like us to enjoy and have our fun Easter eggs, one of the real things that they really worked on was to have a movie that was made for everyone. Anyone could walk into this film and enjoy it. And that was a very clear statement. It sounded like they were really passionate about it. And then the next day I went to the press event. I went to the press screening. There were two people behind me. One of them, she said, she basically declared that she had never seen a single episode of Bob's Burgers. Bob Burgers. For all of you fans out there. All of you Teddy fans, keep your eyes out, guys. But she said she had never seen a single episode of Bob's Burgers before, and she was really excited for the film. She kind of just decided to do it because she needed to for her paper, but she had never seen it, so she was hoping she'd enjoy it. And what I really wanted to do is I wanted to stand up and be like, don't worry, the producer said this is for all of us. Like, I really wanted to get up. The good news is that the guy who was talking to her was just like, oh, you should watch the show. Like, I'm sure this will be fine. I'm sure they'll answer lots of questions, but you need to watch the show. And guys, if you haven't watched the show, watch the show. It's amazing. But in so many ways, I am happy that I did not stand up and talk to them, because I am never someone to negate someone's creative what they create, their art, their vision. I will never negate what you are trying to do, what you want to see, but I will disagree. The producers, I'm sure that they wanted to make this movie for everyone, but there is so much of this film that is just for us. And when I say so much, I mean almost all. A great example is the musicals. If this was called Bob's Burgers, the musical versus Bob's Burgers, the movie, every single Bob's Burgers fan who is excited about this is still going to see this, because that's exactly what Bob's Burgers is, literally just created around music and passion. And that's what we want. We were expecting this to be a musical, but for those who were expecting something like a Simpsons movie or a Family Guy movie, they would not have expected this to be musical. And they might even be put off by that. And guys, to be fair, this is actually one of my very few complaints about this film. So, and it's that it's not for everybody. And I would have eaten my words if I had stood up and said that, because there are moments in the film that specifically reference character, or that where characters come in and they're not even named, but they're pivotal to the show, and they make a specific reference. There are scenes, there are Easter eggs that aren't just Easter eggs, like they're literally like pointed out. And it's like, oh, you wouldn't even know that if you hadn't seen that one episode. Now, do you need to know exactly where that episode was, what the name was, when it happened? No, the series is cyclical. So that means that, it's the same year over and over and over again. But you still should have seen that episode to know exactly where that specific situation came from, or why I'm, eyebrowing Bob Burgers. So I'm just glad that I didn't say that, because even though that she walked out when we were speaking to the marketing person who hosted the screening, her response was, I clearly need to catch up. And that truly defined my review, because I was like, you know what? I loved it, but I also got every single reference. You don't need to see it more than once, but you definitely know it's the difference between this reference and that reference. I definitely got it. My husband definitely got it. His response to the marketing person who was out there was, that was a really, really fun, long episode of Bob's Burgers. And in so many ways, that's actually a really positive thing, because what we were looking for is we were just looking for something that we could enjoy and with as much passion and love as the show. It fit perfectly with the series. It gave us some great answers to some questions that that either we were kind of thinking about, or we never knew we really wanted, like, who's Tina dating during the summer? Jimmy Jr. doesn't deserve her, by the way. I'm just saying. All the producers watching. 0 producers watching. But we finally get to learn about the hat. Where is Louise's hat come from? That was actually a huge, that was not a spoiler. Sort of. But we get to learn all these things. And by the way, my husband never knew that Kevin Kline was Calvin Fischoeder. Like, he never knew that until this film. And he was just so startled by it. Like, guys, if you're not watching Bob's Burgers, you're missing out on like some serious names doing some silly things. But we got it. We got this film because it felt like it was made for us. And we loved it was one of those movies where we wish there was more, because not necessarily longer. We just wish there was more things called out because we missed it. We wanted more. And that's never a bad thing. To say that you want something, that you were enjoying it so much that you didn't get enough, that's a great thing. It's a great feeling. But at the same time, I don't know if I could actually tell people who have never seen the show to watch it, to go and spend money at a movie theater to watch this. Now, will I happily be like, get your butts on Hulu and binge the entire series? You are going to fall in love. It is a super safe show that talks about gender and equality and all sorts of fun and exciting things. and you're missing out if you don't watch it. Like that was actually a really fun question during the press conference, is how do they feel about Bob's Burger? How does the cast and crew feel about Bob's Burgers being a safe place? Because, oh my God, it is one of the safest places in all of television. And so should you go home and watch it? And then once it hits Disney Plus, should you absolutely watch it then? Yes, do it. If you're a big fan of Bob's Burgers and you want to see the musicals and you want to learn the songs and you want to see the silly dances, fun story. Nora Smith, who is one of the producers, she actually did like the TikTok styles. The reason that the dances are so awkward during the movie is because she was just like taking video of herself apparently and sending it to the artists, like 10 seconds, like, oh, this sounds like a good dance move. Like, I'm very white, so it's basically my dance moves and a short video. But this was such a personal. You could feel the producers in it thoroughly, but it's something that you need to know the series for. You can feel the creatives in every aspect, but you need to know where those things are coming from to enjoy it. So if you're a fan, absolutely go see it. Also, and just thinking about this weekend, because it is a big one for so many films. For those of you who are wondering what the burger of the day is at Bob's Burgers, according to Eugene Mirman, who plays Gene Belcher, the Belcher son, it is a top bun. I'm gonna pause and let that dad joke sink in. Because of course Top Gun Maverick does also arrive this weekend, but guess what? See 2 fun movies this weekend. You're going to enjoy it. If you're a fan, definitely go spend your time at the movie theater this weekend. You're going to love it. For those of you who haven't yet, you are going to love this film, but I would definitely suggest binging through the show. Just do it. You're gonna have fun. I loved it. I'm excited to see it again. I'm excited to talk to you all about it. All right, so once you see it this weekend, definitely tell us your opinion. Hit that follow button and comment as soon as you see it. Tell us your opinions. You can follow us on Twitter at the NRW and on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. You can follow me, myself, and talk all the things about Bob's Burgers, all the fun stuff. Tell me your favorite characters. Come on. You can follow me at NerdIsAHeather on Twitter and at HeatherIsANerd on Instagram and TikTok. I am so thankful to have joined in the press for this, and I'm very excited to hear your opinions. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Always